Hello, 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 humanity. Back once again, back to back. I can't hardly believe it. Being consistent and being able to come to you back to back like this. Yep, it's true. It's true. I'm looking out at the trees, and I've been looking out at them earlier. And the sun is going in and out, and the trees. Yep, they're still swaying back and forth as if a conductor is conducting an orchestra, and an orchestra of humankind, of beauty that's just not just beholding to the individual that's looking out at it. It's just beautiful, undeniable to most eyes, I guess I should say. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about you before I even got to you, humanity. I really was. And I did my exercises this morning. Boy, how many know that some days you really have to pull it out of the mud? But it most certainly is a mentality now, I believe. But I won't claim it for 6 months, well, 5 months now. We're almost at the end of the month. And I really have been taking this exercising thing seriously. And I know here I go being redundant again, but I really do, humanity. There's very few days that go by where I don't wish that I had a chance to have a do-over as it relates to my health. I so desperately wish that at a younger age that I had taken seriously my nutrition and my exercise and my water, everything. Everything just really with the ultimate importance of giving my body needed, and allowing it to do the same for me, perform for me at an optimal level. I didn't do much in terms of eating. Well, no, I take that back. Yes, I did. Humanity. I made some meatballs yesterday. I was watching this brother. I've already given you his channel, Group Bunny. I think it's GRU. I'm spelling that like G like is in girl, R like is in rake, U like is in Ulysses, B like is in boy, U like is in Ulysses, N like is in Nancy, N like is in Nancy, and Y like is in yes. I was watching his channel yesterday, and he was making this meatball sauce, and then he made the meatballs to go with it, and he made this submarine bread, and so I attempted it yesterday, and believe it or not, it really came out good. The meatballs were just delicious, but I messed my bread up, humanity. I got right in the middle of the recipe, and I realized that I didn't have any cream cheese, so I tried to improvise, and I used mayonnaise. And I've given you the bread recipe a million times, literally almost. And it made the bread, but it crumbled. It crumbled as I was trying to put the meat sauce and the meatballs within the bread, but even crumbled, it was really delicious. And all I did was the bread recipe. I've given you that before. Almost a half a box of cream cheese, 4 to 5 tablespoons of cheese. You put that in the microwave for a count of 70. If you hear it popping, you take it out before that, stir it up, and then put in maybe about 4 or 5 tablespoons of oat flour. And if you don't have oat flour, remember we've talked about that a million times as well. You get your oatmeal, you put it in the blending cup and put your oatmeal in, and then just blend it for maybe 3 minutes, and you have your flour. Oh, that's something else I want to tell you, humanity. I made the first time I made my own chickpea flour, but I was rather disappointed because I used 1 can, and 1 can only gave me a fourth of a cup, a fourth of the blending cup of the oat flour. But nevertheless, it blended perfectly. And you know what I did, humanity? All I did was washed and rinsed a can of chickpeas. I put it in the oven, and I let them bake. No oil. I let them bake for maybe about, I want to say, between 30 to 45 minutes in the oven, preheated to 400. And then because what you want to do, you want to dry them out. And so after they dried out, I put them in the, I let them cool, of course. And then after they cool, I put them in the blending cup. And when I put them in the blending cup, I saw the flour. I mean, I blended it up, and the flour came out perfectly. For I want to say, I think I blended it for maybe about 5 or 6 minutes. I mean, no, maybe I think maybe about 30 or 40 seconds. I'm sorry. And but anyway, I didn't use any of the chickpea flour on the meatballs, so the meatballs were real simple. All I did was washed and pulsed a can of chickpeas. And remember, all of the recipes are meat friendly. You can use chicken breast, you can use lean turkey breast. It's good to go. You can use some tilapia or some type of flaky fish. And stick it together and make meatballs. But anyway. And so I washed and pulsed the or mashed the 1 can of chickpeas, 1/4 cup of onions, 1/4 cup of celery. I used 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. I used 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and I used one and a half. I mean, I used a half of a teaspoon. No, I used a tablespoon of mustard. I used a half of a teaspoon of black pepper, and I used I used a half of a cup of mushrooms washed and chopped, and I used 1 tablespoon of scallions, the long green onions, washed and chopped. And I used 1 tablespoon, no, 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry, of the orange sauce. And if you don't have any orange sauce, just use a sugar-free barbecue sauce, or just a barbecue sauce is good. And I used 1 tablespoon of salt, just any salt of your choice, or even lemon pepper, it doesn't matter. And I used maybe about a fourth of a box of cream cheese, sprinkled all around. And I used 1 egg, and I used I'd say about 4 or 5 tablespoons of maybe you'd go with 4 tablespoons of the oat flour. If you find that it's still kind of loose and it's not sticking together like an adhesive, and allowing you to roll it into a ball, go in with 1 more teaspoon and 1 more tablespoon of oat flour. And then all you do, once you get all of your ingredients together, all you do is and paprika, I'm sorry, and I used 2 tablespoons of paprika as well. And I blended all of that together, and I formed a complete pan of meatballs, and I let that bake in a preheated oven to 400 for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your appliance. And then you take that out and you let that cool. And your sauce, this is what gets it. I had 1 small can of tomato sauce, but I had to end up going back in with two cans. Or if you have 1 large can of pizza sauce, that's fine. Or 1 large can of tomato sauce, that's good too. And then I went in with 5 tablespoons of the orange sauce. If you don't have the orange sauce, remember, you can use barbecue sauce. Remember, the personalization and the customization is key. I use 1 tablespoon of salt. I used 1 tablespoon of mustard. I used just a sprinkle of hot pepper, and I used 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and I used maybe 1 tablespoon of pepper jack cheese. And what else? Oh, the Worcestershire sauce. Please don't forget the Worcestershire sauce. I used the Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce in the sauce. And then, I'm sorry about that, humanity, I used 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce in the meatballs. And so you just put that in the microwave for maybe about a count of I want to say maybe about a count of 50, and in the microwave for the sauce. And then you take that out and you just pour that over your meatballs. And then if you take your bread and you want to take a big, you just want to make it into. I'm trying to see what would be the size of it. A large spice jar. The length and the width, maybe make, of course the length would be longer, the length of a loaf pan, and then but the width of a large seasoning, and you mold your bread into that, so that way, and then just let it, just mold it in that, I want to say like cylinder, like I'm trying to describe it the best I can, like a cylinder, like in your loaf pan. It's not going to be at the top, all the way at the top of your pan, and then you'll let that bake. And so that way, it'll resemble a loaf pan. It'll resemble a submarine sub. I don't know if I'm describing that quite right. And then maybe after you put it in for maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, you're gonna go in and do your egg wash. And you remember we talked about the egg wash. You just take 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water, and just beat that together for maybe about 3 or 4 beats. And then you take your brush after about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe about 5 to 7 minutes of baking in the oven in the loaf pan, and you just brush that across your bread, and then let it bake for another 10 to 12 minutes, and that gives it that golden color. So anyway, humanity, with all that said, and then once it's done, you'll take it out, you'll slice it straight down the middle, and then you'll put your meatballs and your sauce within your bread that you've made. It should look similar to a submarine sub. It was so delicious, humanity. It was really, really good. I think that orange sauce and the Italian seasoning, really took it over the top. But you probably have all sorts of seasonings, humanity. Just personalize it, customize it. Things, seasons that you really prefer. If you have Mrs. Dash, maybe butter seasoning, or however, just really go in, because that variety really lends itself to. I believe. Remember, I'm not a clinician. I'm not. Dietitian, any of that. Just a human being sharing, sharing recipes and sharing stories with you. Okay, so with that being said, humanity, I was listening to. I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about dividing, your various proteins, your meats, and just so many things, dividing this from that, and getting, making sure that you get the right amount, the right portion of this, and then staying, but paying particular attention to this amount and that amount. It was really, really interesting. But I really couldn't quite understand just the totality of all of it. But what I did find myself doing, humanity, I found myself relating the division of, I told you that, I get in this metaphorically comparing various statements, and different items and different things to mind, body, and soul, or something pertaining to the body. So anyway, to make a long story short, I started metaphorically comparing mind, body, and soul to the dividing our particular interests and things that we pay so much attention to, things that we lend ourselves to in the world, where we just really, 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 we give it more attention than sometimes we do our mind, body, and soul. And I thought about it, being redundant, but metaphorically thinking about, when I was up there in that recliner 17, 18 hours, and using those the energy drinks lined up. I didn't get to that spot overnight. It took years to get to where I had, just really didn't do my health, didn't do myself any good as it relates to my nutrition and my mobility, and what have you. and I paid more attention to, the junk food, the comfort foods, the easiness of just throwing something in the microwave, irregardless to the fact that if it was laden with sugar, laden with carbs, laden with preservatives, just constantly consuming restaurant food, just really, really, really paying more attention to that. And then I thought about, individuals that, and myself too. It was hard to sustain myself. Looking back on that now, giving my body all of those calories. Eating the equivalent of four people, and then, consuming so much sugar, a bag of sugar, I mean, a bag of a bag of cookies, a box of donuts, a bag of candy treats, all of those sweets and all of that sugar, and I was paying more attention to, this is comfortable, this is easy, this is convenient, as opposed to, my mind, body, and soul, that's self, and it allowed me to sustain my being, yet I was not paying attention to it. The needs of the mind, the body, and the soul. I was being selfish and paying more attention to easiness, comfort, and what just felt good. What I thought felt good. And now here, in my older years, I'm looking back on it, and I'm wondering how much better my health would have been if I had have paid attention to the self, mind, body, and soul. And I'm wondering today, humanity, if there's some things that you need to get on the other side of, just like I need to get completely and with a totality on the other side of this health issue. I wonder if there's something today that you're paying more attention, in spite of the fact that your mind, body, and soul allowed you to still be standing right now. You were still standing yesterday. You were still standing the day before. But I wonder if doubt is getting more attention today. I wonder if the words "you can't do it," "this will never end," "this will never get better," I wonder if that's getting more attention than the nurturing of the mind, body, and soul. I wonder if accolades and are given to "you can't do it." I wonder if standing ovations are not given to just give up and just throw in the towel. Life is never going to get better. I wonder if we're paying that kind of homage and that kind of attention, and showering and embracing that kind of engagement on statements and situations and circumstances like that, and then the considerations and the attention that's needed for the mind, body, and soul, that in its totality, the trio allowed you to have that awesomeness within you that allows you to still stand. You're still standing today, irregardless to how hard that thing is. And keep in mind, we're not talking about things where you need help. And that too, I wonder if that's not an unfortunate and an unfairness to the mind, body, and soul, where if the feet get sick, we go to a podiatrist. If the eyes need assistance, if the stomach, the hands, we go and we get help for so many things. And then when the mind and the soul needs help, or sometimes even the body, the trio, we still neglect it, and it keeps trying to perform at optimal levels, allowing us to still stand. Greeting this day all around the world is daytime. I mean, on certain parts of the world is daytime. But whatever time it is during the day, if you're allowed to see another day, your mind, body, and soul allow that to take place. There's another entity, I'll leave that way, because I told you I'll never bring in religion or politics to you, but the mind, body, and soul, I wonder if it can get a little tender loving care today. I wonder when we put the mind, body, and soul on shh, hush, and be quiet. I can't do that. I can't go any further. I can't take any more. I wonder if we allow that to be just at its peak in terms of audio. We allow it to just get all of this airplay. We allow it to get so much tone and just a frequency that just exists and just reverberates over and over and over in the mind, in the body, and the soul. You can't do that. Give it up. Why would you even try? You're not worthy. And yet the mind, body, and soul continues to operate on an optimal level, allowing you to still stand. I wonder if more considerations could be given to the fact that if your awesomeness that relies on the mind, body, and soul, if that internal awesomeness allows you to keep going, I wonder if it would be fair to greet it and embrace it and caress it with more than allowing things that should not be or should not have a long standing engagement within us, in our internal being. You can't do it. You can't go any further, and you have to keep hurting. You have to keep hurting over and over and over again. You have to indulge this pain. You have to indulge this sorrow, this anguish, and stay mindful. Humanity, there are some things that we need help for. When I was in that recliner, I needed help. Humanity, there was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And luckily, the help came, and the opportunity came, and I embraced it and engaged it with with a rapid response, with a loved one trying out a new diet. But I wonder. If you listen closely, I wonder if you pay attention closely and you stop shushing the mind, body, and soul when it's saying to you, you're awesome, with self love and with attention and due diligence. And only you know what that due diligence is, because only you know what that thing is that you need to get on the other side of, if in fact it doesn't require any help. I wonder if you embrace other things like, you've brought me this far. I'm still standing. Maybe I can engage the fact that maybe I am awesome enough to make it. Maybe I am awesome enough to do it. Even if I fail 5 or 6 times, maybe I can get up, and with the awesomeness that's within me, maybe we can do this thing. So, well, anyway, humanity, once again, I've overstayed my welcome. Yep. You already know it. I was thinking about you before I even got here, and I'm always wishing you and yours the best, and just hoping that just maybe today that when something on the outside is telling the mind and body and soul to shh, you'll not let the mind, body, and soul shh. You'll let it speak. You'll let it speak and tell you all day long you're awesome, and your awesomeness, that's all you need. In a lot of cases, there's some things where you need help, but I believe your awesomeness, if it allowed you to still stand, it can allow you to get on the other side if it's something that doesn't need help. Wishing you and yours always, humanity, the best. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.